I'm just gonna get right to the point because I really don't feel like beating around the bush here. If you couldn't tell from the title or my face right now, yeah, I'm kinda pissed. And I will personally admit I'm pissed about a pretty stupid thing. But I don't care, because it's pissing me off anyway. Recently what happened was over on Twitter, Dexoto put out this tweet saying Mr. Beast, KZI, and Logan Paul are releasing Lunchly, a Lunchables competitor. It will feature Prime, Feastables chocolate, and a variation of food. When I originally saw this, I didn't think too much of it. But then I saw a tweet surface by none other than the YouTube GOAT himself, DanTDM. This tweet read, "What happened to YouTubers? I can't not say anything anymore. This is selling stuff for the sake of making money. Simple. How does this benefit their fans? This is selling crap to kids who don't know better than to trust the people who are selling it to them. Do better." Now, this take in itself is a decently controversial one, I will admit that, because I can see both sides of the picture very clearly here. Is this selling something for the sake of making money? Yes, it probably is. Does it necessarily benefit the people that are going to be buying it? That's up for debate. It will benefit some of them, but you don't know how many, because you don't know what people are eating. Now, is there really anything wrong with trying to monetize a product? I would not say so, because realistically, you're not forced to buy it to watch the creator. Was it unnecessary to release this? Yeah, probably. But is it a bad thing that it's released? No, it's not necessarily hurting anyone. The thing that pissed me off is the next tweet, where Logan Paul responded to Dan's tweet saying, "I'll tell you what happened to YouTubers. We spent our lives creating content and building our brands. Now we want to build businesses. You don't say anything when Lunchables faces bans for allegedly containing lead, but when we create a better version, you're upset? Then don't eat it." Now, I don't give a shit if you're the most saint creator ever on the platform. I don't care if you're the nicest guy that's ever been on the face of YouTube. I don't care how bad you are. I don't care how good you are. One thing you do not do is you do not talk bad in DanTDM's name. I do not care how much of a saint you are. I don't care how much good you've done for the world. If there's one name, just one name on this platform that you do not defamate, it is his. And I know that I sound like a massive glazer and just a massive simp when I say this, but we are talking about a man who raised an entire generation of people on the platform. People who've had parents that went through divorces, that went through this, that went through that. People who had no childhood because of shitty situations. If it was not for this man, they would not be where they are today. I'm not even one of those people, but I know plenty of those that are. For plenty of kids, this one Minecraft YouTuber provided them the comfort their own family could not provide. Just to name one example, we see YouTubers and streamers alike get exposed for the most abhorrent things left, right, and center. And if there's one creator that's never been exposed for something bad, it's our guy. It's DanTDM. So you do not speak bad in his name, no matter what you have to say. He also tried to defend his claim even more by trying to go against what the community notes were saying, because the community notes on his reply to Dan said misleading, in saying Lunchable faces bans for allegedly containing lead, and that they created a better version. It implies Lunchly doesn't contain lead. The Ice Pop Prime hydration found in the turkey stackums also has reports of lead contamination from the ERC. The best part about this is that it gets even funnier. Another person by the name of Juan, whoever this guy is, retweeted one of Logan Paul's tweets, where he was basically comparing Lunchly to Lunchables, with a quote saying, "Nice way of saying we have marginally better sugar metrics, but upped salt 300 to 500%. Then Logan Paul tried clapping back against this community note, which I thought was just the funniest thing ever, by calling it a lie and attaching a screenshot to one of the backs of his Prime bottles, which does indeed say 400 milligrams of potassium on it. But then that tweet also got community noted, saying this isn't a lie from community notes. The commercially available 12 oz or 355 milliliters Ice Pop Prime has 500 milligrams of potassium on its nutrition label. The 500 milliliter bottles are 700 milligrams potassium. 700 milligrams times 355 divided by 500 is 497 milligrams of potassium. Which I'm guessing because it's 497, Logan Paul just rounded it to 400 to make it look better. Which is hilarious, but this is just the kind of stuff that we're used to from Logan Paul, so that in itself is not even that weird. Now, as I've said before, I do not give a flying fuck how good or bad of a creator someone is. One of the things that you need to know when you've been on YouTube long enough is that there's a very short list of names that you simply do not talk negatively about. And Dan is on that list. I'm saying the list is very small because we literally see people get exposed for being pedos, groomers, whatever the hell, left, right, and center. So there's clearly a lot of bad people on the platform. And the list of truly good people on the platform is very small. Obviously, some people may disagree with me because they might not like Dan's content, and that's completely fine. I am simply someone that remains loyal to the creators that I grew up with, which is just the way that I like to live my life. But if that's not how you live, that's completely fine. That's your decision to make. But if you think that you're actually going to try and give Dan a bad name, of all the creators you could pick, you go for Dan, then you're honestly even more of a joke than you probably think you are. Keep in mind, this is like the easiest example I can give here. Keep in mind, what is Dan remembered for? What is his legacy? If you were to describe Dan's career very quickly to someone who's never heard of him before, how would you describe it? You would describe him as a OG Minecraft creator who has been making videos for longer than mankind can remember, literally since the start of YouTube, who now basically stops making videos full time and just makes them whenever he wants because he also has 2 kids of his own. He raised an entire generation of kids through his content and is now raising his own 2 babies. Now, how would you describe Logan Paul? Well, he's that one guy that found the dead body in a forest one time. Do you see the difference between these 2 people and their legacy? Only one of the 2 is remembered for a good thing, and it's not Logan Paul. I know that this video is basically just me being angry about a YouTuber flaming another YouTuber that I actually like, but this particular case is very dear to me, which is why I'm making this video, because some people really need to just learn to respect their elders. And Dan is someone who deserves all the respect of, like, our entire generation. We would not be where we are today in terms of both life and the internet if it wasn't partially for this man. And in terms of Logan Paul, I feel like he just gets cancelled every 3 months at this point.